Ever get the feeling there's more to life than meets the eye?
You know, like a whole other layer of reality.
Yeah, like humming just beneath the surface.
I know what you mean.
That's the vibe I get from Paramahansa Yogananda's autobiography, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
And since we're diving deep into his work today, I'm excited to unpack some of these incredible stories
Oh, me too. Absolutely.
and the teachings in this book.
Well, what I find fascinating about Yogananda's autobiography,
What is that?
it's not just like recounting his life events.
Right.
It's like a journey into the depths of human potential
I like that.
and the mystical heart of existence,
Right. It's like he's holding up a mirror
Oh, yeah.
to our own potential,
Yeah.
showing us what's possible, with dedicated practice and a touch of faith.
Mm.
And speaking of faith,
Yeah.
one of the most striking parts, at least for me, is young Yogananda's connection with his guru,
Oh, yeah.
even before they met in person.
Wow.
That story about the photo
Yeah.
still sends shivers down my spine.
It's a powerful image, isn't it?
It is.
Yogananda, as a child, meditating before Lahiri Mahasaya's picture
Right.
and seeing it come to life.
Imagine
The depth of connection that would cause a simple photograph to become almost tangible.
seriously, makes you question what's truly possible.
It really does.
Right. It's like a peek behind the curtain of a reality,
Yeah.
hinting at the interconnectedness of everything.
Mm-hmm.
But this power, this ability to influence the physical world, with thoughts and words even,
Right.
wasn't always smooth sailing for Yogananda, was it?
No, definitely not.
The boil incident, for instance. Yikes.
Yeah. A stark reminder
Oh my God.
that even with the best intentions,
Right.
our words and thoughts,
I know.
they carry immense power.
Yeah.
Young Yogananda, just focusing his will,
Yeah.
unintentionally inflicts a boil on his sister.
Oh gosh.
It's a harsh lesson about responsibility, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely makes you think twice about the energy we put out into the world,
I know, right?
both consciously and unconsciously.
Yes.
That scar served as a constant reminder for Yogananda.
It did.
And in a way, it's a reminder for us, too.
Absolutely.
Our intentions matter.
Yes,
Our words matter.
they do.
And learning to harness that power for good.
Yeah,
That's a central theme in Yogananda's journey.
it really is. This incident highlights the very essence of yoga.
Okay.
And I don't just mean physical postures,
Right.
the mastery of our inner landscape,
Okay.
of our thoughts, our emotions,
Yes.
and ultimately our energy.
Which leads us to Master Masaya.
Okay.
This angelic figure, he seems like a character straight out of a mystical tale.
He does, doesn't he?
Their first encounter, it's just brimming with energy. That feeling of instant recognition,
I love that.
of coming home spiritually.
Picture this, a being radiating purity.
Yeah.
Just like a beacon of light.
Whoa.
Welcoming Yogananda with open arms, as if their meeting was preordained.
It's amazing.
It challenges our expectations of how these interactions might unfold.
I know.
It offers a glimpse into the playful, even mischievous side of the divine.
Oh, definitely. And then there's that power outage during their meeting.
Oh, tell me about it.
Talk about a memorable way to make an entrance, huh?
What a way.
It's almost like a cosmic wink. A reminder that sometimes the universe works in mysterious
Right.
and humorous ways.
Indeed. It reminds us to approach spirituality
Yeah.
with an open mind
Okay.
and a sense of humor.
I like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of unique approaches, Yogananda's relationship with Sri Yukteswar,
Oh, yeah.
his main guru, had a completely different flavor.
It did, yes.
He seemed a lot stricter, more grounded, right?
Ah, Sri Yukteswar, the ever-stern, uncompromising guide.
He was something else.
Take that anecdote where Yogananda is secretly trying to bulk up with tonics, right?
Oh, yeah.
Gets called out just like that with a simple, "You're too thin, Mukunda."
Oh, my gosh.
Talk about seeing right through someone.
I know. It's almost comical.
Real.
But on a deeper level,
Yeah.
it reveals Sri Yukteswar's ability to perceive Yogananda's deepest desires
Yeah.
and insecurities, pushing him towards inner transformation rather than relying on these superficial fixes.
Exactly. It speaks to the role of a true teacher.
Okay.
Not to coddle our egos,
Right.
but to help us shed those layers of self-deception and confront our true selves.
Wow. And it's not just about physical appearances, is it?
No, not at all.
There's that other story, the one about the hilltop retreat.
Ah, yes. The retreat incident.
Right.
Yogananda, daydreaming during a lesson, yearning for this peaceful escape on a hilltop.
Yeah.
And Sri Yukteswar, without missing a beat, calls him out.
I know,
But
right?
he always knew.
It's as if nothing could be hidden from Sri Yukteswar's gaze. It makes you wonder, what would our gurus see
I know.
if they could peer into our own minds?
Right.
What hidden desires and aspirations would they challenge us to confront?
Oh, so many things, right?
Right. And speaking of seeking, Yogananda wasn't exactly a, model student in the traditional sense.
That's right.
He seemed to struggle with the confines of, formal education,
Yeah.
always yearning for something more.
He did. He found traditional learning a bit stifling, actually,
Interesting.
to his spiritual inclinations,
Yeah.
He even admitted to skipping school to meditate
Really?
in a cemetery.
Oh, wow.
He believed he could find more wisdom among the departed than in textbooks.
Okay, I can totally relate to that.
Right.
It speaks to a thirst for knowledge
Yeah.
that transcends the ordinary,
Yeah.
a yearning for these deeper truths that resonate on a soul level.
Absolutely. And this yearning, it ultimately led him to Kriya Yoga.
Yeah, Kriya Yoga.
In his autobiography, Yogananda describes this ancient practice
Yeah.
as a scientific method
Okay.
for accelerating spiritual evolution through breath mastery.
Okay, so Kriya Yoga.
Mhm.
It's mentioned throughout the book almost like this, hidden key
Right.
to unlocking, higher consciousness.
Exactly.
Can you elaborate on that a bit? How does it work?
Okay, so imagine this. Kriya Yoga allows us to, tap into this life force,
Okay.
that energy that, usually keeps our bodies functioning,
Right.
and redirect it towards higher awareness.
Wow.
It's about aligning the body, mind, and spirit through this conscious breathing,
Oh, no.
accelerating our journey, essentially, towards enlightenment.
It sounds incredibly powerful.
It is.
And to think this practice has roots in, ancient scriptures, the Bhagavad Gita.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's like tapping into this lineage of wisdom, you
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
that's been passed down for centuries.
And while the concept of accelerating evolution might sound abstract,
Right.
Yogananda presents it as a tangible possibility through dedicated practice.
Wow. Which reminds me of another mind-boggling story, the one about the umbrella of clouds.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It perfectly illustrates how a master like Sri Yukteswar could seemingly influence, the natural world.
A charming example of how deep spiritual understanding can influence the physical realm.
I know, it's wild.
Sri Yukteswar, with this unwavering certainty,
Yeah?
predicts cloud cover during this religious procession, ensuring his disciples' comfort. And just like that, clouds appear,
Wow.
as if orchestrated by a higher power,
I mean, talk about trusting your intuition.
Right.
It makes you wonder about the true extent of human potential, right?
It really does.
Could we learn to harness this kind of influence over our surroundings?
Right.
Through dedicated practice, I mean.
It's a question worth pondering, for sure.
Yeah, it really is.
It challenges us to kind of expand our understanding of what's possible.
Right.
And to explore this interconnectedness of all things.
And speaking of interconnectedness, let's talk about astrology for a sec.
Okay, yeah.
I know it's a topic often met with skepticism.
It is, yeah.
But Sri Yukteswar had, a unique take on it.
He did, yeah. He acknowledged the influence of past karma.
Right.
As reflected in our birth charts, right?
Yeah.
But he emphasized that we're not simply puppets of fate.
Right.
Instead, he saw astrology as a tool for self-awareness,
Yeah.
a way to kind of understand our tendencies
Right.
and work towards greater freedom.
So it's not about being, bound by our horoscopes.
Right.
It's about using that knowledge to transcend kind of limitations.
Exactly.
Okay, like that.
Imagine being handed a map at birth.
Yeah.
That highlights potential pitfalls and opportunities.
Right.
Astrology, in Sri Yukteswar's view, provides that map,
Interesting.
empowering us to navigate our lives, with greater awareness and purpose.
It's about taking the driver's seat of our own destiny, even as we, acknowledge the influence of past experiences.
Right, exactly.
And, what's really fascinating about Yogananda's autobiography
What's that?
is how he interweaves these profound teachings
Yeah.
with these mind-blowing stories of yogis
Yeah.
and their, extraordinary abilities.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Take Gonda Baba, for example, the, tiger tamer.
Right.
That story is incredible.
Oh, it's amazing, yeah.
Gonda Baba, a true embodiment of the mind's power over matter.
Absolutely.
This wealthy man renounces everything, dedicates his life to spiritual practice,
Right.
and develops this remarkable control over his physical reality, and
Exactly.
his encounter with the tiger.
Oh my gosh,
That's where
yes.
it gets really interesting, in my opinion.
I know, right?
Facing this ferocious beast, he remains completely calm.
I know.
His unwavering faith, like transforming fear
Right.
into a force that tames even the wildest animal.
It's a powerful metaphor
It is.
for the untapped potential within each of us.
Absolutely.
Ganda Baba's story teaches us that by mastering our minds, we can overcome seemingly insurmountable challenges
Yeah.
and even influence the world around us in extraordinary ways.
It's like a real-life demonstration of those ancient yogic texts that describe, these incredible feats,
Absolutely.
Makes you wonder, what are the limits of human potential?
Right. The limits, it seems, are often self-imposed,
Wow.
by breaking free from limiting beliefs
Right.
and tapping into our inner power.
Yeah.
We might be surprised by what we can achieve.
And speaking of kind of pushing the boundaries of perception, Yogananda's descriptions of, consciously navigating
Yeah.
different planes of existence
Right.
are absolutely mind-boggling.
They are, aren't they?
Lahiri Mahasaya and Sri Yukteswar seem to move between the physical and astral realms with such ease.
These accounts offer a glimpse into the esoteric teachings of yoga,
Right.
suggesting that our current reality is just one layer
Wow.
of a multidimensional universe.
It's a lot to take in.
It is. It is.
But it's so inspiring at the same time, right?
It really is, yeah.
To think that these realms exist, waiting to be explored through deep meditation and spiritual practice. It really makes you think about the potential we have within.
It really does, yeah.
But for now, let's bring it back down to earth for a moment
Okay.
with Yogananda's encounter with another incredible figure,
Okay.
Mahatma Gandhi.
Oh, wow.
It's a meeting of two worlds,
Right.
the yogi and the revolutionary.
It's a fascinating intersection, isn't it?
It is.
Of spirituality and social change.
Yeah.
Imagine these two, powerful figures sharing a simple meal,
I know, right?
discussing nonviolence
Yeah.
and social reform.
Right.
The fate of nations, just hanging in the balance. It
Yeah.
shows how these seemingly separate realms, the inner and the outer,
Right.
they're deeply intertwined.
And Gandhi with his simple lifestyle
Right.
and unwavering commitment to peace.
Mm.
He embodies that beautifully.
He really does.
He even offered Yogananda those famously bitter neem leaves.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Which I thought was so interesting.
More than just a culinary experience, right?
Yeah. What is it?
Neem is known for its medicinal properties,
Oh, okay.
symbolizing purification.
Interesting.
It's as if Gandhi, in sharing those leaves, was offering a taste of his own philosophy,
Right.
a cleansing of both body and mind
Wow.
as a path to personal and societal transformation.
This meeting really highlights how spirituality isn't about escaping from the world,
Yeah.
It's about actively engaging with it.
Right.
Working towards a more just and compassionate reality.
Exactly.
It resonates with that yearning for something more that we talked about earlier.
Yes.
That desire to make a positive impact on the world around us.
Absolutely. It reminds us that the pursuit of enlightenment, it's not a selfish endeavor,
Right.
True spiritual growth, it involves recognizing our interconnectedness,
Yeah.
our responsibility to each other and to the planet.
So from mystical encounters and extraordinary feats to practical wisdom, a call to action even.
Yeah.
Our deep dive into Yogananda's autobiography has been quite a journey.
It has. It really has. A testament to the enduring power of yoga, wouldn't you say?
I would, yeah. It really is.
It's a path of self-discovery, of realizing our, limitless potential.
Right.
And using it to create, a brighter future
Yeah.
for ourselves and the world.
It makes you realize there's so much more to explore.
Absolutely.
So much we don't know,
It's a lifelong journey.
It is. It really is. Well, this has been fantastic. Thanks for taking the time to go on this deep dive today.
Oh, thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
And for you listening out there, be sure to check out our show notes for links to Yogananda's autobiography and more. Until next time, keep seeking, keep questioning, and above all, keep diving deep.